Fox, Whiskey Victor, Silent 9.
Right, hi everyone, this is Chris, 2E0UKH in the UK. I'm very fortunate, I've just got hold of the Quansheng Tk11, much anticipated radio, and huge thank you to Quansheng for sending one over from the factory, and also to GMRS Kissy Me. This guy had the first videos out on the radio, so check out his channel and you'll be seeing videos on there as well. So I'm just going to show you the back of the radio and the battery and some accessories. By the way, GMRS Kissy Me, he arranged for delivery, so I'm super grateful to him. Thank you so much. So the Quansheng Tk11, it's on the back it says 10 watts, less than 10 watts, and it's 270. So that's important. It only shows 270. Now this radio is advertised, when it first came out, it was advertised to do 10 meters, and I've seen 11 meters as well. So I'm just going to put the battery on, and I'll show you what comes with it. So I'm just putting the battery on, and you get a belt clip, a charger with a wire. You get a lanyard, and you also get this antenna, which is quite heavy. It's got a 3.5mm plug on it, and I'm just going to move this lot out the way. Actually, I'll just show you the aerial. It comes with this aerial, and I'm just going to move that lot out the way, and I'm just going to show you a page from the manual which will clear something up. So on the radio there is a centre 3.5 socket. Get it in focus. So in the manual it shows the 3.5 socket on the top covers 0.153 megahertz to 18 megahertz, and this antenna, the normal antenna, is above that, so it's 18 and above. So I'm taking that 0.153. I'm taking that as 153 kilohertz. So this is the spec we were provided with 2 months ago when it was announced. Tk11, 8 in brackets, dual receiving, receives 0.5 to 1160 megahertz, 10 watts high power, that's on 270, transmitting 25 to 29.8, 50 to 54 megs, 136, 174, 350 to 490. Now it only transmits on FM at the moment out the box. Receives AM, SSB and FM. I've tested that. Sideband works nicely on receive. Big battery, 3000 mAh, and it's got a spectrum analyzer on it and a frequency meter. So switching the radio on itself, there's a logo comes up, Quansheng, and you've got the dual line display. You've got A/B button, goes from the top line to the bottom line and back again. You've got memory and VFO mode, so you can go from a memory to the VFO. They call it frequency mode. You've got band, where you can go through ranges of bands. And you've got the keypad, of course, and something I found really clever, I was trying to enter a frequency on it when I first got it. I was in VFO mode and I was trying to enter a frequency, and the number buttons didn't enter in the VFO. And this is actually clever, because what you do is you press the hash button. If you press the hash button, so if you wanted 14 megs, 01422. So why is this so clever? Well, the functions on the number buttons, you don't have to use a function button to access them. So you just press the button straight. So I'm on 14222. I'm on upper, it says upper sideband. And if I press button 8, it just changes the mode. So lower sideband, upper sideband, AM. So I thought that was really clever and time saving. So I'm just going to read out the functions on the keypad on the front of the radio. On button number 1 we've got squelch. On button number 2, BAL. I'm only just got this radio. I don't know what all these things are yet, haven't looked it up. But I just wanted to show you it, you know, the actual radio. Number 3, FC, star key in the top right, down 1, select. It's got select and scan. Number 4, SER, could be service, SER. On number 5, WX, that would be weather, I should think. Number 6, we've got high and low power. On the 0 key, we've got FM. On number 7, we've got, it says spec. So that would be the spectrum analyzer, I would have thought. Number 8 is the mode, I've shown you that. On number 9 is the call button. And on the hash, it says dial lock. So it doesn't mention frequency input, so there might be other functions on these buttons as well. So I'm just going to test the spectrum analyzer on the Tk11. I'm going to press the 7 key in the bottom left that says spec. So we've got the spectrum analyzer there, and I've got it fairly big on the screen. And you can see C, 14225, that would be the centre frequency. Receive, that's R, minus 120 dBm. S, 128 kilohertz, that's the span, or the bandwidth, I should think. M, 14267, and the dBm is moving around, and you can see the waterfall at the bottom. Conditions are not very good at the moment. I've got it going into a Wonder Wand HF, VHF, UHF antenna, and I've got the manual in front of me, and I'm just going to have a look at what other buttons do on this mode. So we try and get as many buttons in as possible on the screen. So I'm looking at the spectrum analyzer in the manual. Press key 1 to modify the centre frequency. Short press left and right to change the value. Long press left and right to change the value continuously. Press key 2 to modify the reference field strength. Short press to change the value. Long press to change the value continuously. Exit to exit the editing. Press button 3 to modify the scan bandwidth. So that's good, you can alter the scan bandwidth. Short press left and right to change the value. Long press to change the value continuously. And it says here, I'll show you in the manual, 128 kilohertz to 6.4 megahertz. So this is in the scan bandwidth, so that's very impressive. So press button 3, I'll put it at the top so you know where I am. So 128 kilohertz to 6.4 megahertz. And button 4 is to modify the mark point. Short press, change the values, long press. Yeah, so that's the spectrum analyzer, and that looks really promising. So I'm just going to whiz through the menu system on here. To activate the menu, there's a menu button top left. And if you go left and right, it goes through, I think it's 10 different pages. 10, is it? Yeah, 10 different pages. So we're on number 1, general. And it's the same Baofeng type navigation system. You press menu, and then you know we're on general. So all the features in general are save. You've got a battery saver, ABR, beep on and off, voice on and off, MDF, frequency, auto lock, mic. You've got mic gain levels there. POMMSG, denoise, magic U, magic V, that's the magic voice. You can do different voices. Show reset time. You can program the side key 1, short and long, side key 2, short and long, and reset the VFO. So that's that menu. Let's have a look at number 2. So back to number 1. Number 2, squelch and step. So you've got squelch and you've got step, transmit power, tones, receive tones, transmit tones, SFT. I should imagine that could be the offset. So that's the offset amount, and that was the offset directions. So wide and narrow, medium wave, short wave, and BW, SCR, BCL, demo mode, D mode, demodulation, yeah. Demodulation, signal, PTT ID, decode, search list, memory channel, delete channel, squelch. So we're back to the start, exit. So let's go right and see number 3, work, in the work menu, Vox, dual receive, talk out timer, STE, RP STE, quick call, Roger beep on and off, AL mode, S bar, signal bar maybe, MWSG, AGC. Oh, it's a bit slow there. Work. Yes, it did actually go through all the menu items there. Number 4, VFO scan. So at number 1 we've got SCREV. F1 start frequency. F1 end frequency, that could be a search. F2 end frequency. F3 start. Looks like frequency ranges that you can alter. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Was that 13? So it looks like a lot of ranges there. Press exit. Let's have a look at the next menu. So we're in number 4, number 5, MR scan. SEL list. Edit list. Could be scan list. Not too keen on scan lists. I like to scan everything. Pro 1 channel. It's nice how it stays in the same menu item when you go back to it. Pro 2 channel, edit name. So we've gone through all of those. that was number 5. Number 6, frequency scan. So we've got timeout, decode mode, DCS mode, DET, threshold maybe, timeout. So not many options in there. Number 7, DTMF. Local, upcode, DW code, delimiter, GRP code, side tone, decode RSC, hold time, pre-time, first time, hash time, on time, off time, SEL contact, edit contact, delete contact, local ID, upcode, so we're back to the start. That was in number 7. Number 8, 5 tone. Number 9, NOAA, is that the weather? We don't have that in the UK. Scan, squelch, decode, event mode, lock mode, event set, lock set, event list. So that's in menu 9. Menu 10, host info. Host name, logo, so it looks like you might be able to change the logo, logo 2, version, that's the firmware version that the radio is loaded with, host name. So that is all the menu items. So nicely organised into 10 sections. It's just remembering where everything is. So you can see what I'm trying to do here now. 220 band. Disable. So it's disabled. So there was a frequency unlock. So I'm trying to remember what that was. Turn it on with the up button, the up preset and the transmit. No, that didn't get it. Top preset and transmit. Frequency lock, so let's turn frequency lock. Frequency lock is off. So if I put the frequency lock on, yeah, so that ain't going to work on 220. It was never advertised to. But that was just a test. So the frequency lock is off, so if I went out of the UK band, if I went to 446, so it is transmitting out a band with a dummy load, I might add. So the 220 does not work. No transmission. It's disabled. So 446, let's put that in on the receiver. .446 dead, 446 dead, and
Testing 1, 2, 3.
So it is working on 446, although the frequency lock is still off. I think I left it off. Let's just double check. Up preset, transmit on. So the frequency lock is off. So anyway, just doing some experiments and trying to cater for different countries that would use 220. Right, so I'm just going to try and set up the radio for my All-Star node. It looks fairly straightforward, the programming. I'm sure I can do it. So the frequency of my All-Star node, which is on FM, of course, is on 431.125. This is using the G7 RPG node, and I need a tone of 77. DTMF, 5-tone, seen it somewhere. General, channel, DTMF. Trying to remember where I've seen it. It's in number 1, I think. General, maybe. You know, I could do this in a clip already, but it just gives me an option to show you the menus and how to use them. Transmit CTC, none. So transmit. So I'm just going to try and find some secret menus. I've had a quick look in the manual. I couldn't see any listed. Haven't looked at it in detail. Let's try transmit and switch on. Ready to upgrade the firmware. So top button, top transmitting and on. That's upgrade the firmware. Let's try top button, and the top side button. Frequency lock off, so I would imagine that applies to 270 transmitting outside of band. Don't quote me on that, but that's what it looks like. Let's try transmit and the bottom button. So that's air copy. And, you know, there could be any combination of buttons, including the number keys, but that's the main ones. So I'd just like to point out I've got a dummy load on the top. This is a very low power dummy load. I think it's 5 or 10 watts, probably, yeah, 10 watts. Right, so I'm on 27,650. Now this isn't a CB channel, but I appreciate there's a lot of people that are very interested in the CB side of this radio. So so I've got a scanner, and this is the first time I've tried it. Remember, this only transmits on FM at the moment. So I've not even keyed up yet. I've got a dummy load. 27,650. 20 UKH. I'll just go in the other room and so you can hear the audio. It's on default mic gain. And I'm just going to take my wireless mic off and put it by the radio so you can hear it. So you don't hear me in the other room. Testing, testing. Can't hear it from the other room. This is on 27,650, and I'm just coming back. Right, so it wouldn't, because I've got a dummy load, it wouldn't even hear me from the other room, but it is an unsuitable antenna on the scanner for 27 megs. So I'm definitely not transmitting any harm anywhere. Right, so let's go to 10 meters. So on the radio, I'm pressing the hash button and I'm typing in 029,500. So I'm 29,500 FM. So let's do the same on the radio. That's handy. 29.5, and you press the hold key and that holds that frequency in the VFO. So 29,500. Get it out the light. Very limited range with this dummy load, so you might hear a bit of feedback or my voice. UKH testing Quansheng. Testing audio, just speaking a bit nearer. Okay, but that worked. Now it also transmits on 6 meters apparently. Obviously we don't know if it's clean yet. We're going to do these tests another day. I've only just got the radio. Right, I'm typing in 50 megs dead. Forgot to put the 0 in. 0, 50. 0, 0, 0. So I'm on 50 megs FM. And on here we'll put in 50.0, press hold, that locks it in the VFO. Got the dummy load on the top. 20 UKH, a lot louder audio there. So I'm just gonna go in the other room and see if it's any stronger than 10 meters or 11 meters was. UKH testing the 6 meter transmit with the dummy load. So the range seemed to be a bit further there. My battery's getting low. So I'm just going to quickly try 4 meters in the UK. It's not advertised for this, but I'm just experimenting. 70.0, hold. I'll turn the light off to save a bit of battery. 70 megs. Pressing the hash key 070 000. It's not supposed to transmit here at all, so So there's something there. That's interesting, but it wasn't listed in that spec.
20 UKH testing 70 megs in the other room. Testing 1 2 3.
So yeah, that's really interesting. So it is working, and I'll just put the wireless mic back on me. Hopefully that was readable, that test I was doing. So I'm just going to try and get it set up for my All-Star node. It's on FM, of course. So my node is on 431.125. And of course I need to set a tone. So menu, channel, menu, and transmit CTC DCS. So I've got it on null, which is none. And I was practicing this a minute ago. If I press the hash key, I can change it, move it down to the bottom, change it to a CTC SS tone or a I've never used DTS, they're not used in this country. So 67, I shall set up a tone of 77, make sure that's selected, come out. There we go, let's see if there's anyone on. Turn it up a bit. 20 UKH, just testing a new radio. This is a Quansheng Tk11, 20 UKH. Bit quiet, turn it up.
Seem pretty good to me. 220 UKH 20 WRE.
Yeah, 20 WRE. Thank you for coming back to the call. I'm just testing a brand new radio. This is a Quansheng Tk11, soon to be released. And I'm just speaking nice and close to the mic. How's it sounding?
20 UKH 20 WRE. It sounds fine. There's a slight whine in the background, or a slight tone, about a kilohertz maybe, but well down. Otherwise, it's good. I presume we were talking directly and not via. Well, yes, talking directly on this repeater frequency. I'm a bit confused. I was just trying to get my head around repeaters. 2 Echo 0 2E0 UKH 2E0 WRE.
Yeah, okay, well I could be hundreds of miles away, you know. I'm actually on an FM radio, of course, and I'm coming in through my All-Star node. It's a bit like a repeater, but it's a simplex system, and my All-Star node goes out locally in the area, and it also goes out over the internet. You know, it's linked. So you're going into a repeater which is linked to All-Star enabled, and that I'm coming in on the internet, you're coming in on a radio, so that's a good demo.
I've got a Yaesu 991A. I'm talking to a simplex gateway. I believe it's a simplex gateway in the Northampton area. That's where I am, Northampton. my main interest is CW and old-fashioned stuff. I just was idly trying to see what this black box with knobs on can do. I'm totally confused. Been a ham a year, but I'm 80 years old, and I just like the simple stuff. If it was big and had valves in and got warm, I'd be happier. To Echo Zero UK Uniform Kilo Hotel to Echo Zero Whiskey Romeo Echo.
No, you're doing fine. You're doing fine, but you know, don't fall out your seat if you hear someone in America or around the world on here, because I'm on Freestar, and you know, I'm coming in over the internet. I'm actually not that far away from you, as it happens, but this All-Star node goes out over the internet, and if you listen on here for a bit, you'll hear stations from abroad. Listen, I'm going to go 7.3 because I'm just testing, so it works. It's good audio, and thank you for the report. 7. I'll make this my final. I won't come back to you, but thank you for the test. Much appreciate it, and have some fun on here. This is awesome.
Roger, yeah, the audio's good. Just as I said, there's a very slight whine in the background.
That is my All-Star node.
Perfectly clear and readable. Yeah, I did have a quick chat to a man in America on this, but we were both pretty confused. I'm still even more confused now, but I'm just using FM into a local simplex gateway connected to heaven only knows what. But thank you very much for trying to explain it to me. I'm going 7.3 and going QRT as well. Bye.
Yep, 7.3, 2E0 UKH. So a nice chap there. Just spoke to him on my All-Star node. Yeah, it looks really promising, doesn't it? We don't know whether it's clean or not. When I took the battery out, and you could see it just said 270 on the plate. Perhaps it's certified there. Perhaps it's certified there and nowhere else. We're not sure yet. But wait until the ham community get hold of it and add stuff to it. Goodness me. Right, 7.3. Like, this has been a long video, and I've tried to do as much as I can. You know, I've only just got the radio, really. So I think this is a very good in-depth first look. And if you got to the end, put it in the comments. If you made it to the end, let me know, because this took a lot of work. 7.3, 2E0 UKH.